What's up, party people? This is Joe at Beyond Creative, and this is episode 1 of what? I don't know yet. All we know is that we're gonna have a new series out there for you with a lot of straight talk between digital marketing agencies and clients. And so today I have a very special guest who really actually is not a guest, and I'll let him tell you why. His name's Warren, and so this is Warren. What's up, Warren?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
What's up, my peoples out there? So I'm Warren. The last 14 years I've been running my family business, small business. It's healthcare. Like a lot of small businesses out there, I heard about digital marketing a couple years ago, and I've been through some pain points. If any small business out there, switched to a couple agencies, went the Facebook route, the Google AdWords, you know, we did the WordPress, and we're all over the place. And so I took a great liking to understanding digital marketing and what it is, what's encompassed in digital marketing. I linked up with Joe. He came at the 4th digital marketing agency that we were working with, and it was a deep conversation. He came right in and gave us the truth about digital marketing, what we needed. It wasn't a shortcut, say, hey, throw money. He didn't just say, hey, throw money in Facebook advertising or Google pay-per-click. He was like, you really need to have your foundation. We went through everything, explained it. It was my understanding that we needed that anyway. And so as we worked together, I was consulting for small companies, and then we became partners. He brought me on as a partner to really help small businesses. So today we're going to be talking about what digital marketing is, what it encompasses for small businesses, and what small businesses, from a small business point of view, that's what my language that I'll be talking about. What we know, what we don't know, what we hear, and maybe some things we know which are incorrect. And then
the frustrations.
The frustrations.
Yeah.
What are you telling?
Yeah.
I've been through that. And then Joe, as the expert from the digital marketing standpoint, and years of experience of how that is, and the language from digital marketing. We always have conversations off camera, so I'm really excited that we're going to have it on camera, because it's going to help a lot of you out there. Seriously. So, you know, we believe in, our philosophy is you have to be well-rounded. You have to have your foundation, and there's steps and stages to your digital marketing. It's just not a one-trick pony.
That's right.
So a lot of people say, oh, I want to advertise in Google pay-per-click, but if you don't have a sales process, if you're not understanding your customer's journey, you're just getting leads. You're not closing leads, guys, and that's a pretty big problem. Okay, you have leads, you don't have salespeople, you're not closing it. So a big thing was the fundamentals. So here we're talking about, when I heard the first time you told me about SEO, I didn't even know what SEO was.
Yeah.
So from an expert standpoint, a small business doesn't know what SEO is. What, you know,
and I think the agencies take it for granted because it's such a buzzword that, you know, we just, in our world, it's like SEO, it's almost like played out, you know. But do people really know what SEO is?
No.
And I think even in 2019 the answer is no.
Small businesses don't know what SEO is.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So what is SEO? Explain.
The really simplified version, and I tend to ramble and talk a lot, and Warren keeps me in check with that, so I'm gonna try my best not to do it, is SEO is practices that are done on your website and off your website so that your website ranks higher in search engines. So it's a general term for practices, right? Whether it be on your site or off your site, that's what's called on page and off page, that in turn gets you to be more competitive and rank higher for key terms that are relevant to your business, right? Because some websites could rank high, but for terms that don't mean anything to you.
Yep.
You know, some dealers, for instance, that we deal with may want to rank for selling new Harley Davidson motorcycles, but instead they're ranking high for renting, for their rental programs. And some of them, you know, some do fine with rental, but some hate renting out motorcycles, you know. They just kind of use it as a loss leader.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So part of the, so when we approach a small business, we educate them on, well, first, the core of the website. What's the message of the website? How's the website look? What's the speed of the website?
Yeah.
These are the fundamentals that, you know, you can drive traffic to your website or landing page, but if it looks like, you know, it's not going to work. You know, so so when we go see small businesses, it's important the fundamental, the core of the website.
Oh yeah, I mean back in, like, let's say 2001, you know, you would tell somebody how a website, that was great. But now that the internet is so saturated in general, and you've got so much competition, and having a website is a given, how well does your website, I mean, it's not even talk about standing out, but once people are on it, how well of a job does it do? And some of the stuff could even really be simple, right? Like, where, you know, how easy are you making it for people to contact you as far as like collecting leads and things like that, you know, the speed of it. Is it conducive for collecting leads easily? You know, is information easily and readily available? Are you making it easy for them to contact you and call you, you know? So those are key factors.
No, 100%. And then the next thing we work on is the website, right? What small businesses we believe should have is, and then they should have their social media platforms with the correct information of the company, with the same message of the company. Yeah. Right? With the same look and feel. So it's a professional look.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple aspects to that side of it, right? You've got the branding side of things, which is like, okay, I've got my social media just because like everybody else is on it. So the business is like, okay, I'm gonna be on it. But then what happens is it's like kind of like a cemetery, you know, it's just there, but it's just kind of lingering. And then stuff is not up to date, information's not up to date. And what ends up happening with that is it damages the look of the brand. And then there's like a more active one, which is actually, you know, social selling. And that's like a whole another ball game that's kind of really climbing up those stages that I think we're going to talk to them about.
Social selling.
Social selling, man.
Are y'all selling socially? So here we're talking about stages. Don't start doing Facebook advertising if you're not gearing them to our landing page or a funnel or your website. Don't stop wasting your money. I know a lot of you out there, this is what happened with me and you know. I spent a lot of money in Facebook advertising and pay-per-click with agencies, and I was getting leads, but I wasn't capitalizing off those leads. Yeah. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are throwing money in Google pay-per-click, Facebook advertising, Instagram. And if you're trying to build a business and build a brand, and you don't have some of these fundamentals in place, you're just wasting your money. Yeah, I truly believe that.
And I'm not really trying to knock other agencies out there. I mean, I hate to do this, what we do. Okay, maybe I am.
I'm just kidding.
But the truth of the matter is that a lot of agencies out there are quick to sell you. Yeah. They're just quick to sell you, and you know, whether it is make a buck or maybe they don't see it like that, they're, you know, whatever the case may be. But the truth of the matter is that you guys out there watching this video, what you really want, what you're really looking for is an agency that's a partner to your business. Yeah. Somebody who truly understands how you operate, because every business operates individually. Every business is really an entity of its own. And so the way that you've built your business is very different than the guy next door who may be providing the same exact service. You've got a living thing that you've, you know, bred and you've created. And that agency comes in, needs to understand that. That agency needs to be, it's like a partnership. Yeah. You know, it's like a partnership. And I think that a lot of people get that sense where they resent agencies because there isn't that.
100%.
You know, so.
That's 100%. As a small business, you know, I bet you the average small business has ran through 3 or 4 agencies.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Some of them might have gotten burned, and then a fly-by-night disappeared. The other, they would just send meaningless reports week in and week out, but it meant nothing.
That's right.
Yeah.
And or a lot of you, if you're with an excellent digital marketing agency, because you feel that partnership, and they're open with you.
Passion, right?
Yeah, and they're open. They're not shortcutting you. They're not telling you lies. They're not saying, hey, we're going to get you this many leads in this week, in this 30 days, or this 60 days, if you don't have your stuff in place, So I know a lot been through it. The other one is maybe you're with a digital marketing agency, and you seem like it's going okay, but you might only be getting 20% of what you should be.
Right.
The business they should be generating and closing.
Yeah.
So, as a small business, what we need to know is, or we want to get to, is we're going to put our money into digital marketing. We don't really know what it is. We know it's some social media. We know some website or some funnels, but how it all works together.
Right.
And when I put $5,000 into my digital marketing, whether that's in advertising or not, is where's that going, right? And where's my money coming back? Am I doubling or tripling it?
Right.
Am I building a brand? Is that what you small business want to do? You want to jump up and start building a brand and grow? Yeah. So that's a lot of what small business looks at for digital marketing.
Yeah.
And that's why we came together. So we're talking about small business. Most small businesses have website, but we need to make sure that there's a clear message, it's easy to read, and the speed. There are social media platforms that it has the same information, coincides, and has the same message and engaging.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Facebook, Instagram, YouTube videos, content. We hear a lot about content. That's what you were talking about earlier.
Content's king,
Is it we're just throwing content there, or we're having meaningful content that's engaging the proper customers?
So is that a question?
That's a freaking question.
That's a big question, right? So here's the thing. I don't like to discourage people from putting content. You got a point. Is it meaningless? Well, I want to say to somebody who's like kind of going, I want to start putting some stuff out there, even if it isn't perfect. Go ahead and put it out there, as long as you kind of stay to a particular message. It doesn't have to be all perfect. What's going to be more key is going to be consistency, and then there are technical aspects of it which we can get into in other episodes. Like for instance in YouTube, like utilizing their description, utilizing their titles, and actually utilizing closed captioning, which is exceptionally powerful to leverage as far as being able to rank higher in search engines, right? But I think at this point in the conversation, I don't want to get into it to avoid discouraging people. So there's like a sweet spot between don't just post crap just to post, and on this right, and then on the other hand, it's okay if it's not top notch, like high production quality. You know what I mean? Like everybody always started somewhere.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere. So might as well just start getting the content out there and getting you some exposure. And sometimes trying something different, something new works really well too, because you're stuck with an idea, like you think, this is gonna work, this and that, and you go with one idea constantly, and that's what you keep putting out there. Yeah. And it may not just be sticking. There's a lot of different, there's a lot of different flavors out there, a lot of different, people, different strokes, different folks, So you put out something different and you tested something, and now something caught, you know? So.
Yep. All right, well, to wrap it up, is small businesses out there. I know a lot of you are struggling with it. Number one, educate yourself about digital marketing, right? Call digital agencies. Tell them, give me everything. Tell me the truth of everything. If I had a limited budget, what's the game plan, right? So you want to know that. You don't want the shortcut. You don't want the $500.
There is no shortcut.
There is no freaking
If they're
shortcut.
telling you that there's a shortcut, they're not being honest.
Yeah.
And
I know.
And I want to say that Yeah, I can understand from the point of an agency too that it's a difficult subject to have that brutal honesty with a client, because what happens is what plays into a lot of business owners, particularly small business owners, is ego. Especially like a small business owner that perhaps maybe even built their business from the ground, or it's a family owned and operated business, you know, and then here comes Joe Schmo, right, and is going to tell you this and that, and you're like, what do you know? You're just supposed to know about websites and da-da-da-da. Well, that's the caveat to it. This dude that's coming in, he may be kind of ruffling your feathers and digging too deep, and it may be uncomfortable, but that's really where the factor of growth lies within an agency. If the dude's coming in and he's not ruffling your feathers, that means he's not going to be your partner as an agency.
Yeah, not going to give it to you straight.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll continue to chat. We'll continue to have these conversations and give it to the people.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate it. I hope this conversation was good for you guys. I know it was good for us.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.